All right. So, reflection. I know this is not my slide. Sorry. Ba-da-ba-ba. It's time. It's time. We're going to lose it up. Thank you everybody for coming. So, before I actually enter to the kind of the play that you have seen, this playbill there. By the way, that playbill was part of this creativity that Creative Mornings allow us to do. Yes, I work as a marketer. I have a bachelor in civil engineering, but when I started to become part of the community of Creative Mornings, I said, hey, just allow me to do whatever I want in some way. So I created the poster for that playbill. I was like, I want to make it feel like Broadway style. And then I shared it out. But then one member of the community, the Camila, you're there on the back, she was like, oh, I like this. I'm so ready for Friday. And I thought I would just continue. I would just do the whole playbill. So that is a good thing about Creative Mornings. It allows you to take this curiosity and just push her to the boundaries. And I found that template and I put the director's notes and stuff. So why that document is important? Well, first, because it allowed me to be creative. But second, because I know a few of you just had it, but maybe you don't know what is inside. So this is what I prepared these first slides to let you know at least what it will be. And it's a little bit like a presentation style, but then I will just narrate. So the appealing offer. I put Tao to make it sound nice because it was a nice acronym. It's not about the Chinese philosophy that like universal yin and yang. Well, actually, it has a little bit of that because this month is about reflection. So yeah, it's about Chinese philosophy. The appealing offer, it started as a way for me to be against the system, give it to the man in a way. And now I have you here. So actually, before I just go to the next slide, I just want to savor this moment because after all these years, I will start all this presentation about this. I was an alcoholic, and after all these years, after my anaphylactic shock that I've survived, I always praise for every other day in my life where I can be with people around me. So for all of you, thank you for being here. This is a lot for me, and also for you to thank. Just close your eyes for 2 seconds, and no, it doesn't have to be here to thank to everybody that directly or indirectly has allowed you to be here with me this morning. Sorry. So I use this presentation usually at night. So what is it? So if you haven't seen the playbill, it's really just literally 4 acts. If you have been in the play, of course, kind of like this. I will go a little by little, of course, because we have some time here. So this is good. I will just keep it in mind that we have it's good timing. And I will guide you through these things. You don't have to get lost or to go to the booklet at least. So I will just narrate that or show the story in that sense. And that's it. So enjoy the play. Da-da-da-da. I like these effects now. PowerPoint, classic. Good. So Act 1, the appealing offer in the mirror. So I will give you what you came for. This is what I actually put those 5 questions there. So the first scene in Act 1 is the 5 questions revealed. And those questions are the foundation of the whole framework. Just to give a clarification, so a framework is, you might say, is a theory, is the roots, is the structure, and the model is the thing that is dynamic. So this is the thing that is dynamic in the framework. I can talk about that for hours, but today is just to tell you how we can actually use it for many situations in life. So the 5 questions revealed. I will start with the very first one, that is the one that my favorite one. It's not my favorite, but at least it's the one that starts with every conversation. Take these 5 questions with you as a way of, as an inner conversation with yourself, because this is the whole, the appealing offer itself is an inner conversation with yourself, and also what all the things about you. So number 1, I put it big, because it's easier to remember number 1 instead of another picture. Why are you trying to sell? This is, when I started to present the appealing offer, I got huge feedback from many marketers, 25 years marketers, like 15 years business and sales and everything. And they always tell to you, you have to sell the transformation, A to B, that for me came to the point of that is bullshit. Like, and some people would say like, Andres, don't do that. You won't have a job next month. But yeah, that is bullshit, because I came to the point that when you're trying to sell, you go to see an announcement, you're going to see something about marketing, and it makes you feel that you really don't understand what they're trying to sell to you. And I use this example as beauty. When trying to sell you beauty with beauty products, beauty is really subjective. So they try to use that against you. Yeah, what is beauty? Perhaps half of the people don't know what beauty is. Some other people don't know if they're actually beautiful or not. So for me, it's straightforward. It's no fancy words. It's no bullshit. If you want to sell beauty, what part of beauty? If you want to sell a cosmetic, is it a lip gloss? Is just it's a powder? If you want to sell lemonade, it's simply lemonade. If you want to sell a computer, it's a computer. That's it. You don't have to make it complicated. That is the word, complicated. So what is your thing? I will use a little story for this. So it could be a product, it could be a service. Service a little bit more challenging, but if you have a service, we can talk about it. But even yourself. So you will start to understand what all of this is about. So that's what we're here after. It's simply honest, as clear as, can I say that word on camera? As fuck. And yeah, don't try to bullshit the people. We go to the second question. I'm going to explain this a lot. Don't worry if you're confused. So how much it costs? So you have to be straight up about your prices. So if we talk about, for example, selling lemonade in the first slide, why are you trying to sell lemonade? You have a lemonade stand, somebody comes to you, what you sell is lemonade. That's it. You don't have to start to say like, oh, I'm trying to sell you refreshness and that you're going to be like super nice as my lemon is the best in the world and you're going to be the best person in 5 minutes. No, it was a lemonade. So how much it costs here is simply that is 5 cents, because maybe that was how much it cost the lemons. Perhaps it's $5 because you spend the whole afternoon just squeezing them with your hand. That is really counterproductive, but that business will fail. Sorry, but yeah, it's simply to that. Don't hide this small cost. Don't hide the small print. Is that honesty might be scary, but it's the best way. So I know perhaps you have been in these websites when you actually go to the checkout, and after you see the price, they actually put the delivery cost and then other costs and then the taxes and then something that cost $10 and that costing $25. Just say straight away that it was $25. Perhaps, I mean, the technology has advanced that much, so actually you can put that price. I don't go into the technology part yet, but you can put that price in front of the customer right now. And if you're in B2B, Andres, it's really difficult to sell B2B, like straight honest. No, I mean, you can actually talk to the client right away and say it's going to cost this much. But no, you send the invoice and it's like another 25 hidden prices, and that beats the people up. So how much it costs? Just lay it out there, clear as day. Why should XX? I will explain what the XX is. Believe in you. So this is not making like shitty promises. You have to be really freaking real, and it's because you need to show the real proof. And this might be part of what the experts of all these years said, like, yeah, you have to have real proof that actually your business works. So in terms, for example, selling lemonade, how much lemonades you have sold? Yeah, maybe you have your boss endorsement. If you sell lemonade, perhaps you're working for your mother, so maybe you have your mother's endorsement, so that is fine. Your qualifications, maybe you are the best lemon squeezer in town, and people know about it. Maybe you actually study 5 years to do this, and you have a PhD and a postdoc squeezing lemons. Years of experience. This is where perhaps you have 20 years of experience squeezing lemons, but you are only 10 years old. So this is what happens right now with the job market. Pun intended a little bit there, but yeah. High profile customer, perhaps the mayor of the city came to buy your lemonade. So this is the way to show real proof. And logic, I did put logic at the end, not because it's not the least important, it's actually the most important one. Logic from the people you're talking to is way better than the real proof itself, because the people you're talking to, they are not idiots. I hope I'm not touching anything. They are not idiots in a way. They will understand what they're buying. And if not, it's because you have failed at least in the first two. How much it costs and what you're trying to sell. So what is in for XX? So what I mentioned, what is XX? This is I put the audience. I wanted to find a word that is understandable for everybody. What the audience is. So it could be you, it could be them, it could be your mom, it could be your segment of the market, it could be the audience, I mean, the person that you understand you're going to sell for. So if you're selling for a person that is really thirsty, so your lemonade is really refreshing, it's going to make them feel like chili in a pool, right? Perhaps if you're selling to a company, we have a secret ingredient. So what is in for the company? It's the secret ingredient, and we have the best lemons in the market, etc. Perhaps if the people that is coming to you are NGO, so you tell them, yeah, selling my lemonade helps to save the bees, or another cool cause. So this is what you have to do. Is like whatever you tell about your lemonade, you have to tell them that is how you're going to rock the world. I call this question, what is in for me, the Hollywood style. So this is where the classic marketing can come in, and you can sell the transformation. You can sell the A to B. You can sell the sizzle and not the steak. That's why I put it number 4, because this is the one that I dislike the much. What you're trying to sell me is straightforward, but all marketing starts from here. And this is where they fail. I'm not talking about marketers here, so professionals, don't kick me. But this is where they fail, because they try to sell you already so refreshing. But what is it? Oh, maybe it's, yeah, of course I can say here lemonade. But what about if it's another thing that it will also make them refreshing? You don't know. And some people say we want to entice curiosity and get into the page and get into the product. No, just tell them right away. And I will give you more examples about this. And the last one, this is where the whole appealing offer appeared. And the truth is, I was having this conversation with one of my friends. She was dating on Tinder, and when she was having this inner conversation, she came to the point, every person that I'm dating, they're hurting me. I'm like, damn, So because I'm really curious and I'm kind of geeky about it, I said, this is a small print that also when you talk about the cost, this is a small print that don't tell you. What about if that lemonade, it has too much sugar, it has too much sugar? Perhaps you're diabetic. Like clarify that. Perhaps it's very sour. It will just hurt your face. You will squink it. So tell me that. Perhaps you're allergic to lemons. And you don't know that. But if you don't know that, don't drink the water. I mean, the lemonade. It will be fucked up. Sorry. But perhaps you're allergic to lemons. And this is what, in some kind of way, when you know that somebody is going to go for a refreshment and you don't know if it's allergic to lemons, perhaps that would be the first question before actually saying, I'm selling lemonade, but are you allergic to lemons? Like, no, okay, I can sell it to you. So it's a different way to understand, will it hurt me? Well, it will hurt. I will come back to that part. So being upfront about this is also scary, even when it doesn't matter if you're a person trying to, I was going to say mate, but know somebody in Tinder, or if you have a company selling to another, to like a B2B segment, whatever, this is the thing that comes. It will hurt them eventually in 6 months to 9 months. One example, super crucial, a little bit is connected to marketing, was that when you have an email marketing service, or even when we go to Gmail, those emails are not yours. They're Google's. They're owned by Google. And then if you don't have the service, and perhaps, I don't know, they're going to close your email, you're going to lose them. This is the way they hurt you. You don't know that because you haven't read the whole thing in the small print. If Google is actually be on front, they will tell you, if you don't do this and that, you won't lose your emails. But that is at least one of the examples. So the cool part about this thing is, like, when you tell them, another example, of course, about the Tinder stuff, it's quite challenging to ask a person, will you hurt me? At that moment, you don't know, of course. But perhaps you can save a little bit of time that, yeah, I'm just here to hook up for one night and not to have a relationship. So perhaps you don't want to be with that person. So people will trust you. Yeah, this guy would just want to be with just one night stand, but he just told me the truth. So in some kind of way, he respects me. They respect the fact that they might hurt me in the future. So these are the questions. This is what you got in the playbill, and I want you to take them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your head, because this is where the good stuff comes here. So Tao answers itself. I also got this feedback. Somebody told me, Andres, does your framework work with the framework itself? So yes, I made this for this audience, Creative Morning audience. So what is it? It's a product service offering framework for marketing, communications, and sales. This is much straightforward, I can tell you, because it's kind of a service. How much it costs? Today is your time, yeah? But of course, the event is for free, but tomorrow it depends on the audience. If somebody here wants to hire me and say, hey, Andres, this is not a pitch. If you don't want to hire me, it's fine. But if somebody wants to hire me and say, hey, Andres, how much it will cost if I want to share it to my team, to my managers, to the C-level guys? Okay, I will give you a price for that. What should I believe you? So people know me as the marketing plumber. I have the plunges there around, so I've been talking about that. Other people, so they know that they can trust me on that side. Other people know that I have 53 recommendations LinkedIn. So this endorsement, this authority that I'm getting. Just an example. The business, they like these things because this is what I have in my CV and talking to everybody. It's like, yeah, I have increased revenue by 90% in 2 consecutive years in 14 markets. Oh, Andres, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you. That is the way they can believe me. 4, what is in for you as the audience here right now is a creative way to sell yourself. It's a new way to get trust and consume less, for example. I got that one, really good one. It's a new way to acquire goods and services. And the 5th one, at least perhaps for this audience, I was thinking it will hurt you in any way. If you overuse it, you might find it a little bit simplistic. So perhaps you're going to be sad. It's like, oh, Andres, this is bullshit. Perhaps. Just test it. Test and find out. And also, don't use it if you don't know your audience. This is what, when you hire a copywriter, at least the good ones that I know, Gunnar, you're a really good one, and they just start to write things on the air without knowing who to talking to, this is why they fail. So don't use it if you don't know who you're talking to. It's almost like trying to date with a person and they have these different values, but you tell another thing about like your ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. It's simply just, there are things that you don't bring into the conversation. You don't know your audience then. Unless you know that might work, you use it. Not in this example. Da-na-na-na. Damn. This is what I was trying to put in your head. Wow, yeah. Please continue. All right. Act 2. The world to me. This is when we start to get heavy. The eye in the storm. This is for the astrophysics in the audience. You know this. This is your centric theory when we used to think that the Earth was the center of the universe. The eye in the storm is the same thing. The you, in some kind of way, we understand the world, we understand our life, we us as the center of everything. We always say that I want. We always say that I need, that I deserve this. Yet, sometimes, or actually most of the time, the I is self-interest. You're just thinking about yourself. Yeah. Some people might say and contradict and say, Andres, you have to think a little about you, because I will give you more context on that. But yeah, it's fine. It's like, yeah, but at least in this perspective, the eye in the storm is that you see the world around you, that you become obsessed with you, like everything that you want in life, that you need and you deserve, it has to come to you. And this is why you forget about what is happening around. Yeah. And this is in this perspective, is a little bit, I wouldn't say bad, it's challenging. Yet, when we go to, oh yeah, what is in for me? We ask that question. The whole questions that I show you in the act 1, it changes. So why are you trying to sell to me? How much it will cost me? Why should I believe in you? What is in for me? Will it hurt me? This is the inner conversation that I mentioned that you have when you acquire products and services, when you date with somebody. And this is the inner conversation that I'm trying to entice you to try in your life. Even right now, when you were talking with people outside, you were doing it. Maybe not perhaps while you're trying to sell me, unless somebody was coming trying to sell shampoo or something. That would be heavy. But I know you were saying, maybe not how much it costs. Why am I talking to this person? Oh yeah, maybe I'm here for the event. What is in for me? Oh yeah, we're here maybe to listen to Andres, but I came for the breakfast. Will you hurt me? You don't know that. You don't know that. So, but this is the perspective. This is ask these questions when you are thinking about maybe acquiring a service, trying to get a new job. I will give more examples on this. And this is the perspective of you as the middle of the universe. At least I will explain the other part. End of Act 2. This is going fast. Motherfucker, sorry. Damn, this is Andres, you touch a nerve. No, I don't think so. I didn't want to use the word ego because it was forbidden by Claudia, but yeah, ego is the enemy. Please continue. Popcorn, toilet, all this stuff. Like, we come back. Act 3. Me to the world. So this is the subject of this month, the reflection, the mirror. We're flipping the mirror. Scene 1, Act 3. What is this? So if you remember, you were here before, now you're here. Why does this happen? Because, yeah, a lot of things in life you go and everything's for me, I need, I want, I deserve. But you're not alone in this world. You are part of other person's universe. You're another other person's solar system. So in these balances of life, you are part of that other, like outer circle. That is not about you. Now it's about them, what they want, what they need, what they deserve. Yeah. And this is where, when I was making this example about the companies, is that you have to know about what the audience wants, yeah, what the segment wants, what my clients want. So the they is selflessness. This is why when you go to a B2B website and you just hear read and read and read, it's just about feature, just about feature, just about them, it's just about the company, and you don't actually read anything about the customer. This is what these companies fail. You can quote me on that one. So selflessness is flipping the mirror. So now the question changes, not what is in for me, but what is in for them. So why you try to sell to them? How much it will cost them? Why should they believe in you? This is when you actually go on looking for a job. Here in Sweden, I know there's a lot of people here trying to look for a job, but you go and saying, I need a job, I need a salary, I need to stay in Sweden, I need a residence permit. But when you go to find a job, that is the wrong question you're asking, is what why they should believe in you to give you the job. How much it will cost them. Of course, you're not going to go and say, yeah, pay me 35,000 kronas per month. It's kind of enticed, but you can do that. Why are you trying to sell to them? So everybody just jump on what is in for me, what is in for me, but not what is in for them. What is in for them? The question that we're asking. And will you hurt them? Perhaps you're a really bad person and you don't know how to manage and be in a team. I don't know. That would be the good stuff. Tell them. It will be something to grow with. Oh my God, this is going super nice. Gotcha. So if I want to get, I must give. Let's finish this. I really like this effect. I overuse it here, sorry. I will let it go there so we can breathe. The reflection resolves. So how does it resolves? When I was writing this scene one of the act 4, I feel like a director of freaking play arenas. Doing that. When I was writing this, I usually in my conversations, in my presentations, I want people to take the core of what I'm presenting, that is the 5 questions, and go to the world and test them out. So when you get out of here, you go to work, go for a meeting, when you're solving a conflict at work, when you're growing, take those 5 questions with you. Perhaps you will find something that will match that situation. Perhaps in relationships with family, with friends, with love, finding love, searching for a job, searching for clients, searching for purpose. This is the whole thing about the appealing offer. You can play with those 5 questions in many situations. For example, in life, with your mind, with your body, and with your soul. I really like this part. Life is good. So use those 5 questions to get into there, like test it. Even test it right now to get into this. But before you do that, think about this. This is a balance, just in case, I don't know, I did it on Figma. Balance. Yeah. Thank you. CreativeMornings. Yeah. On one side, you have what is in for me. On the other side, you have what is in for them. So this is the beauty of the appealing offer. You have to balance them. You just cannot go on what is in for me and me and me, because it would be too heavy. And it's also on the other side, because I know some of you are thinking, oh my God, I give everything to other people. I give everything. I don't think about myself. You might say, I don't have self-esteem. That is also, you don't go to the other side. You have to balance it. It also has to be a little bit for you and also a little bit for them. But it cannot be all just for you and it cannot be all just for them. So when you go and ask these questions all the time, just balance them. Go and ask sometimes that this might be for me. Perhaps that person also wants something from you. So think about that. Just don't go thinking about yourself, but also don't give away everything about your life. And good. This is how you finish presentation. In the theater of life. So be the performance you want to see. The value you wish to receive. What is important. And the honesty the world craves. And by the way, this is my name. You didn't know that. End of the play. Applause. Yeah. I got you. That's it. This is how you manipulate people, man. I do that. And yeah, thank you for coming, and thank you for be on the appealing offer, a reflections for acts. No more applause. Thank you, Claudia. We have a